I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your man TP. Today we are on number 263 on our compilation list. For this compilation, we will be having 6 proceedings in 4 different courtrooms. Before I give you more info on that, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Commentary will be left in, and also chapters will be added for your convenience. Now, the first 2 courtrooms we're going to be in are courtrooms out of the state of Colorado. I do not know the judges' names in these courtrooms. Shout out to Sovereign Citizen Chronicles for sharing these appearances with me. One of the appearances does have a judge name in the video, but I wasn't able to confirm that this particular judge was named Judge McNamara. So the first 2 proceedings will be coming out of the state of Colorado. The third proceeding will be coming out of Judge Raquel West's courtroom out of the state of Texas. And last but not least, we will be in the state of Florida in Judge Devin Collier's courtroom. So listen, it is always a pleasure to bring these compilations to you. I think you guys are going to like these compilations or like these proceedings. So let's go ahead and jump into 263.
Taylor.
We'll next call the case of the state versus Sebastian Taylor. It's case 26 CM 1649. Appearances, please.
Sam Smith for the state. Mr. Taylor appears in person in custody by attorney Luke Vagley.
But I don't need an attorney.
Okay. Well, you're not required to have him, but
Thank you.
he's
Do you want my help?
No, I don't.
No? Are you sure?
No.
okay. So let's
I'm a
talk.
secured party creditor.
So I don't speak sovereign, so
Not sovereign.
okay. Well, you're welcome to have Mr. Vagley help you here today or not. It's up to you.
I have a question. You're in the third lane, right here. There's 3 lanes. There's the bus lane, the red one. You know, everybody has that.
Mr. Taylor, this
And
is
you're
my
driving.
number, please.
Wait, he's slipped me.
I,
Stop for a second.
my advice to you is
He's
do not
let
do
me
this.
talk. Okay. There's 3 lanes. 2, the bus.
Look at the prosecutor's face, guys. He's loving every minute of Mr. Taylor's appearance. Just look at him. Look at that grin on his face.
Bus lane. Kelly's Market's right there. I'm going to Kelly's Market. I gotta cross over that lane to get there. How do you not do that?
Well, I don't know. And I don't know what that has to do with the case just yet because I didn't get quite that far.
Okay.
But let's just make sure that Mr. Taylor has a copy of the complaint. Looks like he's holding that in his hand. Mr. Taylor, is the address on Luann Lane the best one to use for you for mail?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. So I should just find out, do we know whether he would qualify for a public defender if he wanted it?
I have no information on that.
Okay, so he's here and he'll help you today if you want that. If you want to represent yourself, that's your right. I have no problems with that.
Mr. Taylor, I'm happy to help you if you want to represent yourself.
I know that you guys just get people into more in time and I didn't do anything wrong here, so I feel that I can help myself.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not gonna try to talk you into or out of anything, but a person who's innocent is probably a person who even more needs a lawyer to help represent their interests in a lot of ways. But we'll sort through that. If at some point you change your mind, he'll be here. And you always are free to hire a lawyer later on or get in touch with the public defender's office. Not a problem. State of a position regarding bail on this?
Signature bond and the standard conditions.
It's resisting.
Yes.
I feel that it should be thrown out.
Okay, and is that a motion to dismiss the complaint? And if so, what are the grounds?
I had to go to Kelly's Market, not, it's all standard from me crossing that bus thing or whatever. But how am I supposed to get there? If I don't go over it, it's right there. I'm in these lanes, but it's right there. I gotta go over that to get to Kelly's Market.
Okay,
And I felt that the officer was a little hot-headed. He was kind of nice at the end, but it didn't have to go on like that.
all right, and I suppose both parties have access to the complaint. The complaint suggests that he was originally pulled over for driving in a restricted lane and for speeding, so I get why that's sort
And he
of
didn't cite me for speeding either, so
great. Okay, but what's charged in the complaint is what's alleged to have happened after all that, but state of anything more it wants to add regarding bail?
Not regarding bail. If you need me to respond to if there's a formal probable cause challenge to the complaint, I'm happy to respond, but nothing more to add in regards to bail.
Okay, and Mr. Taylor, did you want to add anything regarding either bail or your request that the complaint be dismissed?
I just request us dismissed. I guess she was a little hot-headed, and I guess I was too, but how am I supposed to get over to Kelly's Market through that bus thing? Can somebody tell me that? I mean, there's 2 lanes, the bus. I'm going that way to Kelly's Market. Is there another way I'm supposed to do it? Honestly.
Well, so for today's purposes, I'm more concerned about what's alleged to have happened after you were stopped. And I don't want you to necessarily say anything about that because I don't want you to say something that could get used against you later on.
I know, but that wouldn't happen if I didn't cross over that. How can we not look at that either? I don't understand.
Okay. And is there anything about either your background or your ties to the community or anything like that that would support my allowing you to be released on a signature bond?
I'm a nice guy. I'm good with everybody. Everybody likes me.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
And I'm not a bad guy.
All right. And I'm just taking a little bit closer look at the complaint.
And honestly, if that happened again, I don't know what to do. Unless you tell me what to do on that. Am I not supposed to turn to get to Kelly's Market over the bus thing? I mean, it's right there. That's why I say it should be thrown out. This is peddling and a waste of the state's money and time.
Mr. Taylor. Okay, so, and the state's still supportive of a signature bond?
Yep.
The DSA does recommend a signature bond. It says he doesn't have any prior failures to appear in the last couple of years. So that's to his credit. Well, I'm going to order a signature bond. I go along with the joint request on that. Mr. Taylor, I think the state did you a solid on that. Because I'm not sure I would have set a signature bond in this case if the state hadn't asked for it. This is all of the stuff that happens during the stop is pretty concerning from a bail perspective and an appearance perspective. Whether you're right or wrong about the reasons you got stopped, that's not an issue that's in front of us here. If you got some kind of traffic ticket for that, you have the right to contest that, of course. In court is where you contest that stuff, not on the side of the road here. But I'll give it a shot. I hope it works. You know, you don't have a bad history of making court. You said you're a nice guy. I'll take you in, at your word on that. I'll order the signature bond. We're going to have a bond form for you to sign here next door. Okay? Do yourself a favor. If you want to be released, sign the bond form. Don't put rights reservations clauses on it or UCC codes or any of that kind of stuff. If you do, the jail's not going to release you. It doesn't make any sense. Don't do it. Just don't play that game. Good luck to you.
This way, sir. Very good. Next is Josario Niederhauser, appearing via Zoom.
Well, we've come to the end of this first proceeding in the compilation dealing with Mr. Taylor. Obviously, he has a story to tell. Judge is trying to let him know, listen, this is not the time or the place, but I'm not so much concerned about you getting pulled over. I'm more concerned about what happened after you got pulled over. And obviously, it sounded like things got pretty heated between he and the cop. How heated they got, they didn't get into that. But let's go ahead and jump into this second Colorado proceeding.
You just stay where you're at, though.
Oh, I was like, are you okay if she sits? Because
Yes.
she like, struggles a little bit.
Yes, you can have a seat, Miss Pettit. Just stay right there in the center somewhere.
You can sit on one of these chairs. Yeah, there you go. Just like that.
All right. So, Miss Pettit, I am Judge McNamara. I'm going to talk to you about these municipal court matters that you have in front of the court today.
Okay.
They are Class C misdemeanor, fine only type charges. Because this is a municipal court hearing at this point in time, I need to go over with you some rights that you have under Article 1517 one more time. If you'll listen to those again. 1, you have the right to remain silent. Any statement that you make can and may be used against you in court. 2, you have the right to have an attorney represent you on your charges. And if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, then the courts will appoint you one. 3rd, if you're questioned or interviewed by law enforcement officers on your charges, you have the right to have an attorney present with you during the questioning or interviewing, and you can stop the questioning or interviewing at any time, whether or not you have an attorney present with you. 4th, if you're charged with a felony offense, you do have the right to an examining trial that would take place prior to your indictment or your official charging in that matter. And then finally, if you're not a citizen of the United States, certain criminal convictions can result in your deportation or in your denial of naturalization or citizenship to this country. And those are your rights that you have under Article 1517. Do you understand those rights that you have?
Your Honor, I do believe that there must be a contract, if I would be able to see this contract, that has obviously been a breach of contract that I'm not aware of.
Right.
These things have gone to a misdemeanor. There's not an injured party that I know of.
Yeah.
But
if you'll let me finish talking to you, we'll get through some resolutions for you, Ms. Pettit, if you'll hold on a moment, okay? I need to finish what I'm going over with you first, okay? And then you'll have an opportunity to respond if you need to or ask any questions at that time. So one of the these are all Class C misdemeanor fine-only charges that I'm going to speak to you about. On these types of cases, we do not appoint attorneys to represent you, but you can always hire someone if you wish to. And on these cases, you're not going to need to make a bond to be released from jail. You're just going to need to follow up over at municipal court to take care of any remaining business that you have over there later. You'll need to go over there in the next 2 weeks between now and Monday, August 17th to take care of your business there. You do get any of the jail credit that you have towards any fines and court costs that you're owing. And I'm going to tell you and talk to you about your jail credit when I speak to you in a minute. Now, the first thing you have is a new charge. It's a Class C misdemeanor offense of possession of drug paraphernalia. That matter will go through municipal court, and I am entering a not guilty plea for you today. So you'll be released on that to go over to municipal court and either set that for trial or plead to it later. If you were to plead to it later, you have a day of jail credit towards the fines and court costs that you're owing. You can also talk to your attorney on your other matters about how to handle that case since they're related out of the same arrest. The other matter that you have out in municipal court is called a capias pro fine warrant. Actually, it's not a capias pro fine warrant. It's a warrant on several tickets that you've received in the past over at municipal court. And I'm just going to kind of generally go over those with you now. I do not have copies of these citations in front of me today, but they do have those over at municipal court. And if you want to look at those, you're welcome to when you go over to municipal court. But we've got violations of expired registration. We have 6, failure to maintain financial responsibility. We have several violations of a promise to appear. There are 6 alleged. There's parking in an alleyway. Hold on, ma'am. There's expired registration, several different tickets for that. There's possession of drug paraphernalia. There's some housing and property maintenance violations.
Yes.
There's a rubbish or trash violation. Let me get through them all and then we'll talk.
Okay.
There's a new driver's license. There's running a red light. There's parking where unpaved. There's parking on a sidewalk. And so all of these matters, I need to ask you, how do you plead? You can plead guilty.
I'm not pleading.
Okay.
These are in municipal court under special appearance where they made a ruling behind my back. And
actually, they haven't made a ruling yet, Ms. Pettit. But I am going to enter a not guilty plea for you on these today. And you'll go over to municipal court and you can set those for trial over at municipal court as well. Again, you can also talk to your attorney on the felony case about these municipal court matters, and they'll generally help you out in getting them resolved. But on the municipal court matters, you're not going to need to make a bond to be released from jail. You just need to follow up over there to take
Yes,
care of your business.
well,
If not,
I'm
then warrants will
objecting.
issue again. You do need to
Okay.
make bond on the felony case to be released from jail. And then you'll talk to your attorney about those charges. When you do leave the courtroom today, you're going to get to make a phone call. It's right around 3:30 on a Monday. And that's everything I needed to go over with you. So,
Were
did
you
you
aware?
understand everything?
I don't understand it. The Judge Hernandez had gotten documentation for these previous.
So
these
anything that you've dealt with Judge Hernandez, you're going to have to go back over there and talk to him again.
Were you aware that there was under special appearance for jurisdiction that
Ms.
they
Pettit,
haven't
I don't
ruled?
have, all I have is these warrants in front of me today.
I see.
I don't have access to their computer system to see what's happened in the past on these.
Oh,
So you'll need to talk to Judge Hernandez. You're going to need to follow up over there, okay?
And see, there was no injured party, and these go.
I
as
understand these are
civil
traffic
offense.
tickets only, ma'am. And you are
Yes,
not going to
and,
have a trial on these today. You have to go over to municipal court to take care of
But I
your
was
business on this.
objecting that they're being considered criminal when there's not an injured party, and so I was objecting to that. Again,
Well, I'm not
and,
making any decision about criminal matters, ma'am. You're going to be released on these to report over to municipal court, and you're going to get copies of the pre-confinement orders that I'm preparing that will release you from jail on the municipal court matters. But you need to make the bond on the felony to be released from jail.
Well, we've come to the end of this second proceeding in this Colorado courtroom with Miss Pettit. Same sovereign citizen lingo we hear all the time: no jurisdiction, no injured parties, no contract. She definitely was trying to force her lingo in there and get her say in, but the judge wasn't really allowing her to. And like I said, I could not confirm that this particular lady is named Judge McNamara. Maybe she was sitting in on somebody else's bench, or maybe that is her name, but I could not confirm that. But she did a great job. This case has been continued. This is going to be my last time jumping in. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and enjoy the rest of this compilation. So let's go ahead and jump into Judge West's courtroom.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Nasir Brown.
No.
Good morning. Are you Nasir Brown?
I'm not here today, special appearance.
I'm sorry, speak up so I can
Here
hear you.
today
You're appearing here today?
by special appearance.
Okay, what is your name?
I'm a third party intervener who's behalf of artificial legal entity, not Nasir Brown.
Okay. At one point in your, at some point in your life prior to being this third party, were you Nasir Brown?
No.
You're not him.
I'm a third party intervener.
So here's the thing. If you don't tell me your name, I'm going to put you in custody for not cooperating this morning. I'm not going to, hold on. I understand what you're doing and what you're trying to do. It's not going to help you a single bit in court to try to play these games.
That's relative.
So are you Nasir Lewis Brown, or have you been him at some point in your life or not?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to call you by Mr. Brown because I'm not going to say all the words that you just said, because you have now identified yourself as Nasir Lewis Brown. And so, Mr. Brown, this is, nope, listen, this is your initial appearance and you have two cases. And cause number 26, I just asked you not to speak over me. So here's the thing, Mr. Brown. I'm going to be very patient.
And at the child subject matter jurisdiction, going on record.
Your challenge of the subject matter jurisdiction is overruled. Let me go through what I need to go through, okay? So this is your initial appearance, your first day in court. I'm required to go through what you're charged with by indictment. In cause number 26, DCCR 03322, you're charged with a third-degree felony offense of assault family violence by impeding breath or circulation from February 16th of 2026. And then in cause number 26, DCCR 0323, You're charged with the state jail felony offense of injury to a child, and that's from February 16th of 2026. And so since you have made bond and got out of jail on your cases, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer? Speak up so I can.
Up and down.
It's been up and down?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, Mr. Brown, is I'm just like everyone else, I'm resetting your case about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire a lawyer. You need to try to get someone hired before the next court date. If you do, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer and they'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts, they have different payment plans. Bring me back the names of the lawyers that you've talked to, so I know you're trying, and we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order, and you would go back to jail. Do you understand? I'm sorry?
Overstay.
Say it again.
Overstay.
You overstand?
Yes.
Okay. What does that mean?
Overstay.
Do you understand what I'm saying, sir?
Not blind.
You'll oblige.
Not blind. Yeah.
Okay. You just determined to use different words and be difficult, aren't you?
No.
Okay. So as a condition of your bond, did you have a condition that you were not to have any contact or communication with the complaining witnesses in each of these cases, right? Okay, and so I want to make sure you understand the importance of that. And that if you do have any contact or communication with either of them, it would be a violation of that bond condition. If I find out, your bond would be raised and you would go back to jail. Do you understand that as well? You overstand. I'm going to guess that overstand is even better than understand. So you definitely know what I'm talking about, right? So we don't have any miscommunication today. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to have you step in front of the clerk. You're going to sign a reset notice so you know when to be back in court and take care of those things before the next court date. All right, step in front of the clerk. Good morning. We've got him, I think.
Yes.
Okay, you're Lupe Gomez?
I'm known as Rebecca.
Okay. What is your last name, Lupe?
As far as I should have been no disrespect. I'm challenging you according to 22 United States Code 611 as a foreign agent.
Okay, well, this is state court, not federal court, and you can challenge, here you go, let's just listen. You can challenge whatever you want, but we're gonna move forward with your case with or without your cooperation. And so,
The jurisdiction?
I'm sorry,
The jurisdiction of this court?
what about it?
What jurisdiction is this court operating in?
The Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, yeah, so. Stop talking, Mr.
What jurisdiction this court is operating in?
This is cause number 23 DCCR 0319. Mr. Gomez, don't speak over me.
Proving that I am dead, I'm also ordering you to bring the bonds forward to see who's going to indemnify me.
Are you saying you're dead? Is that what you just said?
Are you going to bring the bonds forward to see who's going to indemnify me?
I'm going to take care of the court the way I take care of court. You're not in charge here. I am. And so,
You're a
Mr.
foreign agent.
Well, I'm really,
Invoking judicial powers according to the 11th Amendment.
okay. So, Mr. Rojas,
Mr. Gomez indicated to me that he was not going to accept a plea in this case.
Sure.
I signed up on the tablet. He refused to sign. He wanted to have this hearing in front of the court. So
sure.
we can.
So what is the offer? Let's go through. It's the charge is evading arrest or detention with previous convictions from August 29th of 2022. The indictment alleges that Mr. Gomez was previously convicted of evading arrest October 9th of 2002. And then after that was final, was convicted February 10th of 2009 with the offense of evading arrest. And after that was final, convicted April 15th of 2011 of evading arrest. And what that means is a state jail felony that the range of punishment is between 6 months and up to 2 years in a state jail prison if convicted by a jury. And what is the offer that's been made?
So 1 year state jail, Judge.
And so, Mr. Gomez, the state has made an offer if you wanted to enter a plea of guilty for a 1-year term in the state jail prison. You have every right to refuse that and have a jury come in and determine whether or not you're guilty and what your punishment would be. And is that what you want? Do you want to have a jury trial?
I will understand the proceedings, but not understand the proceedings.
Okay, what do you not understand?
You have disclosed the nature and the cause of the accusation again.
What?
You have not disclosed the nature and the cause of the accusation.
I just did. The nature and the cause of the accusation against you is that on August 29th of 2022, it's alleged that you intentionally fled from Chad Morrison, a person, don't talk over me, a person that you knew was a peace officer. That's the allegations against you. So if you say you did not do that on...
I'm not going to into it.
You're not going to, okay, so we'll get a jury set up, and what we'll do is Mr. Rojas handles a lot of cases for me as a court-appointed attorney. What I can do is release him and appoint another attorney today who can begin preparation for trial a little quicker. Is that okay with you? Are you not going to answer that?
I still don't understand the proceedings.
Okay, well, we've explained them to you. And what I'll do also, since you're saying you don't understand the proceedings, is I'm going to have Mr. Gomez evaluated for competency to stand trial. If you'll get that order done, Mr. Gomez will have someone come out to see you to do an evaluation to see if you're competent and whether or not you understand the proceedings. Mr. Rojas, you are released, and we will appoint another attorney today to begin preparation for trial, and we'll get a jury as quick as we can. You can go back with the bailiff. Right. Perfect. So Ms. Pugh, Mr. Jeffries has been appointed to represent you. He's trying to get caught up real quickly on all the information and the discovery in your case. I'm going to reset your case so that he can get all of that. Once he gets it, he'll be out there to go over it with you, and we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree to comply with any of the appointed court agents, considering that their first duty is to the state.
I understand. We've had this conversation before.
And for your record, I'll be representing myself.
So if you want to represent yourself, there's some things. Ms. Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me. If you want to represent yourself, then there is a process that we have to go through, and we'll do that today if that's what you want to do. We'll get your case set for trial, and we'll go forward that way. It is highly inadvisable for you to represent yourself. Lawyers have many, many years of training. They understand the law. They understand how a trial works, because here's what happens. When you're in a trial and you represent yourself, you're expected to know and follow all of the rules of evidence, all the rules of procedure. And so you're really at a disadvantage if you don't know those things. And so you have to do everything just like the assistant district attorney would. And if you don't, you're going to be in front of a jury, and it's going to show, and it's just not going to be, it usually does not work out in your benefit. But I have to go through with you some questions first before we do that. And then if you still want to do that, then there's a couple of things couple of options, and we'll go over those as well. Okay. So I am supposed to ask you, I'm going to go through these questions. I need you to answer them if you want to represent yourself, because this is required. All right. So have you ever studied the law? Okay. Have you ever represented yourself before in any kind of criminal matter? Okay. Do you understand the charges against you? Okay. And so do you know, and we've gone over before, I think, what the range of punishment is if you're found guilty on a jury? Do you know what that is? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me pull you up here. We'll go over that again as well. The date of that allegations from June 22nd of 2021. And what that means is if you're found guilty, that the range of punishment that the jury could give you is between 2 years as a minimum punishment up to 10 years in prison, anywhere in between. Do you understand? And did you answer out loud just for the record?
Do I understand? No, I don't understand.
What do you not understand about that?
I don't understand.
So here's the thing, if you want to represent yourself by law, you have to be able to understand these things. Otherwise, I've got to appoint an attorney for you. So you can't just say, I want to represent myself because I don't like the attorney or I don't like the process. This is the process that you're in. You live in Texas, you live in the United States. This is the law that applies to your case. So what do you not understand about the range of punishment if you're found guilty? And I'd be glad to explain it.
I don't understand because I have no idea anything wrong.
That's what a jury's for, right? And so if you say you're not guilty, then you go in front of a jury and they determine after they listen to the evidence if you're guilty or not. That doesn't have anything to do with if they find you guilty, you understanding that they could send you to prison for between 2 years and up to 10 years. Do you understand that part? What are you, yes or no? No, you don't understand that. So, Ms. Pugh, it's my understanding, I'm not going to allow you to represent yourself because you don't understand the law and the process. So we're on question number 4 out of 15 that I'm supposed to ask you. So Mr. Jeffries is going to stay on your case. I don't care what you want at this point. You can't do it. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. I'm done. Go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Welcome to the criminal appointment list. This was not meant to be any kind of punishment, I promise. So Mr. Jeffries, just, get ready like you would. Probably it's going to go straight onto a jury. And we'll just get it figured out that way. All right.
Latavius Morris.
I'll come to the jail and talk to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing this morning?
I'm well. How are you?
Fine.
Morris had previously, there was one case that I was already representing him on. I don't know that we ever got one on this most recent charge. Okay.
Let me see.
Mr. Morris, I know Mr. Hill was representing you in the 23-174 case. You're here for an arraignment on the 24 CF49 case. Has your financial circumstances changed?
No, sir.
All right, I'm going to appoint the law officer here, Mark Sims, to represent you in the 24 case.
I go state this to the court.
You raise your right hand and.
Yes.
Now that Mr. Hill is representing you, you probably want to talk to Mr. Hill before you say anything. We're recording this proceeding, so anything you say may be used against you. But I'm listening to whatever you want me to consider.
I'm not real sure what Mr. Morris is trying to claim in that writing right there. Said he's not a citizen and something about a secured.
My name is Alize Morris, a secured party creditor under the UCC1 filed in Florida. American national being held in custody in Gulf County, which is not a 14th Amendment citizen of the United States, not a record. So documentation, which is official records. To state it, I'm the agent of the said principal.
Who wrote that for you?
I did.
Why do you need to read it if you know what you're talking about?
Just memory.
Okay. Tell me what the 14th Amendment says.
That you were considered a slave under the 14th Amendment.
That who's considered a slave? I'm not a slave.
No, the incarcerated person. If you commit a crime.
Okay. Doesn't say if you commit a crime.
Or yeah.
That's not what it reads.
I got the 14th Amendment really wasn't in the book.
What book?
The book that we had in the back.
What book do you have in the back?
It's a law book.
What law book is it?
Florida statute book. Yes.
So the 14th Amendment isn't in the Florida statutes? That's because it's an amendment to the U.S. Constitution. So you don't know what the 14th Amendment reads?
The 14th Amendment reads not off on the top. Not off. That's why written.
What else do you want me to consider?
That I'm a secure party creditor under the UCC 1.
Tell me what the UCC 1 reads.
I wish I had my documentation in front of me to present it all the way. I wish I had someone here that was supposed to be here so I can have it.
I asked you who wrote that for you. You said you did.
I wrote it. Yes.
So do you know what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
All right. So tell me what the UCC 1 reads.
It's the Uniform Commercial Code filed with the Secretary of State or within the entities under the contract with the Secretary of the State to maintain uniform commercial code records and database of judgment liens maintained by the Secretary of State.
Now tell me what UCC 1 reads.
It's a statement and it's a financial.
You don't know what the UCC 1 reads, do you?
Not on top.
You're not prepared. You're not prepared this morning with your sovereign citizen argument. You needed some additional time to prepare.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you some additional time to prepare your sovereign citizen argument. When do you want to come back?
I would ask that he's got 2 cases. I know one we've got already got the discovery on that I need to go meet with him at the jail and go over. Being at the jail, I mean, I can find time between now and May 9th to go to the jail and take care of that.
All right, Mr. Morrison, you come back. Usually when sovereign citizens come in the courtroom, at least they can recite from memory a lot of the stuff they travel under. So next time you want to come with your sovereign citizen argument, be prepared, okay? I'll listen to you, but be prepared.
Yes.
But you're not doing justice to your fellow traveling nationals who consider themselves sovereign citizens if you're not prepared to even articulate what the argument is, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you May 9th at 1:30.
Today.
Be prepared next time, all right?
Yes, sir.
It should have a constitution in the back so you can read the 14th Amendment and be able to tell me what it reads. And
what it says right here, what is state?
We're gonna May 9th at 1:30.
Machine into a contract.
That's not a contract. That's giving you notice that you're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
come back. You're fine. I'm not going to query you about what a contract is, but we'll talk about whatever you want me to consider next time. Take care.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of this first proceeding. And man, let me say this. It's not going that great for Mr. Alizé Morris, as he likes to be called. Definitely came unprepared. I mean, just to start off, his attorney struggled to even understand what he was reading. And it almost seemed like if you go back, rewind this once this video is over and go back and look at when he first addressed it and what he said about it, it almost felt like he wanted to say something else about it, but he kind of caught himself. But anyway, the judge, asked him like, listen, who wrote that for you? And he's like, well, I wrote it. He was like, well, if you wrote it, why do you need to read it verbatim to explain it? And he said, oh, just to, for my own purposes to make sure, that I explain everything correctly. But the judge obviously was on to him and understands that, he's following somebody else's lead, and that's why he gave him the opportunity or asked him, listen, you want me to give you more time to get your sovereign citizen argument together? And obviously Mr. Morris said yes. And the judge, in somewhat of a comical fashion was like, you know what, make sure not only do you get it together, but I want you to make sure that you don't do your fellow sovereign citizens a disservice by coming back here unprepared. So I guess the question is Mr. Alizé Morris going to come back prepared for a second appearance? I guess it's time to find out.
Judge, I have brought to court with me during the recess the paperwork that was delivered by a private citizen for Mr. Morris. I have removed the binder clip that I had on it. There are no staples. There are no paper clips in the packet. It's simply a packet of prepared documents.
Okay. All right, Mr. Morris. Now that you have your paperwork, anything else you want me to consider?
Yes, sir. I'm looking through it now, sir.
Okay.
I ain't seen it in a minute. common law trust. It's just speaking about the trust. This was the UCC, just financial statement. This was the UCC statement with my own Alizé Morris and the trust name. The principal name was Octavius Alizé Taquan Jeter. And then it says, this is the entry of collateral by trustee / secure party credit on behalf of the trust estate. Is Octavius Alizé Taquan Jeter Trust in the commercial chambers under necessity to secure the rights, title, interest, and value therefore in, and the root or title from inception, as well as all property held in trust, including but not limited to DNA, cDNA, cell lines. There's I don't know what that word is right there.
Mr. Morris, I thought you said that they arrested the wrong person. They had the wrong person in jail. That's why I'm not sure what you're talking about some trust in your DNA and cDNA.
It says retina scans is what that said.
Okay.
Or retina scan.
Hold on.
Do we need to check your fingerprints or scan your retina to verify? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Oh, can you read this? I can't really read it like that.
Let me see. Maybe I'm not sure what's going on. You told me you were not Zatavius Morris. Then you just started reading something from a sheet of paper that says Zatavius Elise Taquan Morris.
Okay.
So are you or are you not Zatavius Elise Taquan Morris?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Smith,
my name, this is right here, sir. It's on. You probably can have a good chance reading it. Right here. This right here. Bill of service, tort and violation. I just had a judge look at this. I can't read all this stuff. Not to you. Alizé Morris, secure party, Billy, and principal of you or the agent fail not to. I don't know that word is right there. To your oath. That should be called to answer before one God and the most supreme.
I can't hear you, Mr. Morris.
All this.
Oh, sir, I want to call you Mr. Morris if that's not your name. Let me ask you this, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you saying I'm looking at a complaint affidavit here, and on December 5th, according to this complaint affidavit, Gulf County Sheriff's Department pulled you over while you were driving and arrested you, and they ran your name, Z Morris, came back as a convicted felon. And are you telling me that your name is not Zatavius Morris, or you're not the person they arrested on December 5th? What are you telling me? Did you give a false name? What are you telling me?
I ain't give no false name, Your Honor.
How did they get that name, Zatavius Elise Morris? Well, you don't answer that question. That probably has to do with, I'm trying to figure out, maybe Mr. Hill, you could help me. Is he saying that the Sheriff's Department arrested the wrong person?
Your Honor, in as much as I can.
Well, don't disclose any confidential, privileged information.
I raised issues when I had my pretrial discovery meeting with Mr. Morris pertaining to this case, because that's the only one I've got discovery on.
Yes, sir.
And I've done some independent research into that. Mr. Morris, or this individual, has this information that he's saying that he is not the person.
I'll take a look at whatever you want me to. I'm looking at the complaint affidavit. They said they had your driver's. They said you have your driver's license, and they ran your driver's license with that name.
I don't have a driver's license, sir. It was what it was, restrict somewhere. You read the last page.
Oh, I'm looking at legal notice and demand to all state, federal, and international public officials. This is a contract and admiralty. This is some of that sovereign citizen nonsense. I thought you were saying that they arrested the wrong person. I'm not listening to any of that sovereign citizen nonsense. You told me they arrested the wrong person. If you're talking about admiralty law and that the first page was a trust and that you're the debtor, I'm not listening to any of that nonsense. When are we coming back?
Your discretion, Judge. I can tell you I've got discovery on the first case. I don't have discovery yet on the second case. I'm at your discretion, Judge.
Ms. Smith, when do you want to come back?
Judge, let's do the 6/27, our next available, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll come. And Mr. Morris, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I thought you were telling me they arrested the wrong person. I certainly don't want someone who hasn't. If you're the wrong person that they arrested, I didn't want you sitting in the county jail. But what you gave me looks like some of that admiralty law, sovereign citizen. I travel. I don't drive. I don't have jurisdiction over you. I'm not listening to that stuff.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
You didn't get what I said. That was an agent of the principal. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're talking about a bunch of stuff that people who believe themselves to be sovereign citizens parrot. And I told you I'm not listening to any of that. I'm not sure how you, the principal and the agent of your own, I'm not listening to that. Now, if you are wrongfully arrested, that's what I thought you were saying. I certainly want to listen to that. But if you are talking about trust and being the agent, and you're not the principal, and I saw something about admiralty law, I'm not listening to that.
What?
I will see you on the 27th of June. Take care, sir.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of this second proceeding. And I know some of you are going to say this in the comments that you could have said this before you even watched the second appearance, that Mr. Morris wasn't going to be prepared. But honestly, I figured with that much time, he should have did a lot better than he did. I mean, he was fumbling, still didn't really know what he was talking about, couldn't read words, needed help from the attorney. The attorney looked uncomfortable. You know, the judge kept addressing the fact that he was saying that the cops, at some point, he was saying the cops had the wrong man, even though the judge knew that he was on some sovereign citizen stuff because he mentioned that in the first proceeding. But I guess because he said that the cops had the wrong man, he gave him the benefit of the doubt to kind of prove something else, you know, that might have been going on, or to prove that they had the wrong man. But yet when the judge read through the motions, just the same sovereign citizen stuff, which the judge ended up calling nonsense and said that he wasn't going to listen to, and ended up continuing the case. So if I'm able to find the rest of Mr. Morris's appearances, I definitely will share it with you guys. As always, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It is always appreciated. The channel is growing thanks to you guys, and I hope that it continues to do the same. So once again, this is Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your boy TP. This is also Sovereign Citizens Court. And for now, guys, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. See you guys soon. God bless.
I'm not threatening you. Say one more word and that's 30 days. 30 days.